You think you know Isekai. You think you know what happens when a helpless teenager is transported into a very crazy fantasy world? Think again. ReZero flips the script on everything you may know about the genre, stripping away the power fantasy and leaving us with something raw and painful and profoundly human. This isn't just an anime, it's a masterclass in psychological horror, character development, and narrative structure entirely. If you haven't watched it or even heard of it, today we're breaking down exactly why you should definitely get into this crazy series. This is why ReZero is an absolute masterpiece and a must-watch for any serious anime fan. I'm your host, Anime One-on-One, back with another video, and like, subscribe, and do all that good YouTube stuff, alright? Let's get into it. The core concept of ReZero is a brutal twist on the classic video game mechanic, Return by Dead. Our protagonist, Subaru, is granted this ability to instantly respawn after dying, but he has no control over when or where he returns to. It's a superpower that immediately becomes a very, very awful curse. In most isekai, the hero gets an overpowered ability to steamroll enemies and kill them all. Subaru gets an ability that makes him experience failure and death over and over and over again. The physical pain is reset, but the psychological trauma, that stacks up. He remembers the amount, the sound, the smell, the look on the killer's face. This makes ReZero a true psychological horror. We, the audience, are forced to experience his sprawling mental state as he loses his grip on reality. Return by Death is a brilliant narrative device. It replaces easy power with consequences and strategy. Subaru can't level up, he can only collect all the information. The only way to win is to suffer, fail, and use the knowledge gained from that failure to change the future. Now, Subaru is perhaps the greatest anti-hero in the genre itself. Unlike any typical isekai protagonist, he starts off the series generally unlikable, deeply flawed, and also, a little self-centered. He's arrogant, he's entitled, and convinced he's the hero of a video game. He believes his ability makes him special and deserving of praise, leading him to make, ego-driven decisions, if I'm being honest. This is the genius of ReZero. It deconstructs the wish fulfillment inherited in the genre. It takes a typical otaku and it shows us what really happens when he goes to his favorite world. Like, we all love anime, but if we'll go to our favorite shows, we die, or we think we're this so special person, and then get instantly grounded and realize, we're not special at all. Like, we're just an average Joe who's probably going to be cannon fodder by episode 3. Subaru needs to crash. He needs to burn and realize that just because he can return by death, it doesn't mean his friends are protected from it. Or his suffering is visible and anyone could help him or anyone could hurt him. Like, no. He needs to realize that he is screwed, basically, if I'm being honest. He is cooked. He's cooked. He needs to realize that right now, or else, he's not, nothing's going to happen with him. His character arc is one of true earned redemption. He learns humility through pain, strategic thinking through death, and selflessness through the realization that his friends are real people with real feelings. They're not just NPCs. They're not just video game characters who just have 2 or 3 dialogue options and you can choose which path. This isn't Baldur's Gate 3. This is quite literally ReZero starting life in another world, and these are real human characters that are, you're going to have to go through shit with them. You're going to have to go through the ups, the downs, the sideways. You're going to have to go through it all. While we focus on Subaru, the world he inhabits is vast, intricate, and utterly terrifying. ReZero manages to maintain its sense of mystery while slowly building a complex political landscape and a deep, dark history along with it. The magic system and world building are incredibly detailed, from the different elemental magic types to the existence of the witches of sins. But where the show truly exceeds in is its horror. The witch cult, the archbishops of sin, and also, well, anything else you can imagine in this crazy anime world. Everyone's not just a strong fighter, they're frantic, deranged, crazy people who just, their mind is effed up, if I do say so myself. The show brilliantly manages fantasy with cosmic horror, the source of Subaru's power, and the nature of the real danger in this world. It's a slow burn that reveals constantly rising tension. The battles are earned, the lore is dense, and the stakes generally feel apocalyptic, making the world a character that is constantly challenging and threatening to destroy Subaru and everyone he loves and cares about. Now, you can't just talk about ReZero without bringing up the phenomenal sidecast. Every character feels utterly realized with their own motivations, strengths, and flaws. The relationship between Subaru and Amelia is truly one of the most beautiful in Isekai. It's a slow-burning evolution built on moral respect, moral goals, and stuff like that, and of course shared trauma and hardship. Everything a couple wants. But it is completely different from a typical harem dynamic. But the emotional core of the first half and arguably the entire series belongs to, well, Rem. Who? Rem. Yeah, that joke died like years ago. Rem's speech to Subaru is one of the most iconic moments in, well, the story's history, because it is the moment someone truly sees the flawed, broken Subaru and chooses to love and believe in him anyway. And he is pathetic at times, but she's gonna stick by him. And, well, she does. Everyone is truly great in this series. Even Ram, the sharp-tongued maid, has incredible depth and power within her. And she also has a great bond with her sister, and everything's just fantastic in the show because you should watch it. Now, ReZero is an anime that demands your attention. It uses the cheap gimmick of the isekai genre to tell a profound story about mental health, self-worth, and earned redemption. It's a masterclass in psychological horror, psychological storytelling, driven by a protagonist who has to claw his way out of every situation he is in. It's painful, it's dark, and it's absolutely fantastic. This anime proves suffering isn't meaningless. It's just, well, part of the journey. It's part of the ride, you know? You can't go to the top of the mountain without falling into, well, the valleys and stuff and clawing your way back up. It's just the cost of being a true hero, you know? It's something where we could all take something from the series, that we can't just keep powering through. If we need help, reach out, you know? Talk to people. Get them to help you. You can't just take everything on yourself. You need friends. You need family. You need all that stuff to just continue going forward, you know? You can't just put one foot in front of the other all the time. Sometimes you gotta sit down, take a rest, take a breather, assess the situation, see what's going on, see what can be done so you're not effing yourself in the end, you know? But what was the most painful loop you've watched Subaru go through? I know in the light novel he goes through so much more. Like, this poor man just can't catch a damn break. Like, can he have a day where he's able just to celebrate, you know? He's still living, celebrate his friends, his family, and everything like that. Can he have a day to himself? No. Maybe at the end of the series, but right now he can't. Let us know in the comment section down below. And don't forget to do all that good YouTube stuff. Anyway, that's it for me and my one-on-one signing out. See you guys in the next one. Peace.